Chris Pratt is one of the #1 enemies of the woke Twitter mob. So much so that anytime there's news about Chris Pratt, whether it's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe or any other project he's involved in, they immediately try to cancel him. Because Chris Pratt is straight, he's white, and he's Christian, and he's not ashamed of any of those things. That's why they despise him so much. And so once again, when the trailer came out for Thor: Love and Thunder and Chris Pratt as Star-Lord played a role in it, these losers, these lunatics came out to try to get Chris Pratt canceled once again, but someone has had enough of it, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn. Now, it can't be said that James Gunn is some far-right conservative guy. He absolutely is not. But he knows Chris Pratt, and just like so many of his other MCU co-stars who are definitely not conservative, they've come out to defend him time after time because they actually know the person, unlike these losers on Twitter. James Gunn defends Chris Pratt after Marvel fans petition to cancel him. And the first thing we saw right here was from this tweet that went viral. Marvel, hear me out. Just replace him. And this came after days and days and days of these stands, these lunatics, these people with pronouns in their bios, with random rainbow flags, anime avatars, whatever it may be, right? You know the type of people that we're talking about when we're talking about the woke Twitter mob. And it's just a picture of Chris Pratt with, I believe, this is Patrick Wilson. I think that's who it is. I know he was an Aquaman. But James Gunn responds, for what? Because of your made up, utterly false beliefs about him, for something that someone else told you about him that's not true? Chris Pratt would never be replaced as Star-Lord, but if he ever was, we would all be going with him. That is a very strong and powerful statement from James Gunn, not only about Chris Pratt, but about everybody that surrounds him, all his Guardians co-stars, and how they feel about this man, because they actually know him. But let's get back here to this article and read a little more about it. Over the past couple years, Pratt has come under fire for reportedly being a member of a church that promotes anti-LGBTQ+ views. I don't know if anyone out here has ever read the Bible before. If you have, I think it's pretty safe to say where they stand on homosexuality. That doesn't mean that they don't still love a person and think a person deserves to be taught the word of God and all these things. But it's silly when things are framed in this matter. That's all I'll say. Pratt's also been called out for his political stances after not being a part of Democratic gatherings. Imagine, and you know, The Direct is a woke piece of shit website. There's no doubt, but they're one of the first people that had this out there. So I'm going to use them to make money for myself, but I'm also going to call them out. He's been called out for his political stances for not being a part of Democratic gatherings. So if you don't vote Democrat, then you must be canceled. And they're trying to portray this in some sort of negative light. What idiots. Leading to some fans wanting him canceled and replaced as Star-Lord within the MCU. And after, again, the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer came out, we saw what people were doing once again, trying to label Chris Pratt as homophobic. Chris Pratt fell to the ground and started hyperventilating and vomiting after filming this scene. I don't care how starved we are for representation. I'd rather eat my own foot than see Chris Pratt kiss Thor. Chris Pratt, when he saw they'd have to make Star-Lord canon bi in the comic, and Taika was directing his next MCU movie, Chris Pratt being forced to play Quill now that he's confirmed bi, all this stuff, right? Over and over and over again, people calling him out, saying that he's a bigot, saying that he hates gay people. And James Gunn, again, has had enough of it. On Saturday, May 23rd, a fan tweeted for Marvel to replace him with Patrick Wilson after rumors resurfaced regarding Pratt's affiliation with a church that promoted homophobic views and conversion therapy from like one pastor that was there like 2 decades ago. That's effectively what we're talking about. Well, like we said, James Gunn joined the fray, and he didn't stop there. He also continued and responded to this idiot. So I've seen this person before too. So you're cool with him being part of a homophobe church, or does that not matter because he's making you money? James Gunn, he isn't. I know the church he currently goes to. Do you? The answer is you don't. But you heard from someone who heard from someone who heard from someone where he goes to church, so decided, yeah, okay, I'll believe this terrible thing I heard online about this celebrity. I'm not the biggest fan of whatever James Gunn wants to do in his personal life, or maybe a lot of the ways that he sees the world. However, I love the fact that James Gunn is standing up for Chris Pratt, for a guy that he doesn't agree politically with, because guess what? This is real life. This is how real people have interactions. When you go to a place of work, when you go to the office, chances are about half the people in there are going to disagree with you politically. And of the people that you do agree with, all of them are going to have slightly different nuanced views about different topics. That's the same way it is in real life. And James Gunn knows Chris Pratt, just like Robert Downey Jr., just like all these other people that have come out over the past several years. And despite whatever their political motivations may be and what their political allyship is, it doesn't matter. They stand by Chris Pratt because they know he's a good dude. I love the fact that James Gunn is so forcefully coming out here and telling these losers, these fucking idiots, to get back in their seat and shut the fuck up. No one is going to cancel Chris Pratt because you don't know who he is. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.